Alright, so this is my third vlog video. I really tried to make sure that I could do a Facebook Live video. I tried about 6 different times to actually get a Facebook Live video going. I kept on having connection issues, so I wasn't really able to create a Facebook Live video. Hopefully I can get one out next week, but I would like to at least create a video for this week. Some of the things that I really like about the Facebook Live thing is that I can actually see viewers live, and it also kind of like forces me to like interact more. I can't edit the video, so I kind of like do like having that pressure as well, and seeing kind of like that interactivity as well with the comment section. So I guess today the topic that I want to talk about is about college, or specifically kind of like about financial success, whatever you kind of like define that, and kind of like the avenues you can take, and one of them being college, and talking a little bit about other different avenues as well that you can take to achieve the salary that you want. So a little bit like about my background though is like I actually do have a college degree. I have a bachelor's in chemical engineering. But after I graduated from the program, I actually really was not making that much money. Um, just kind of like working as a chemical lab technician, and I only kind of like really kind of like was able to make a decent amount that I thought that I would consider myself like at least financially successful in the sense that I think I do better than most people. I'm obviously like not like the top 1% or anything like that. But I do feel like I kind of like make enough that I can say that I'm happy where I am right now. But that actually like wasn't through my college education. Maybe it did make it different because employers could see my degree. But what really helped me out though is when I went through this program called Hack Reactor, and this was a 12 week immersion software engineering program. Actually, kind of like a few weeks more if you can include. There's like a few breaks that you have along the lines, but you're still expected to do some programming work. There's also a pre-work that they do in the program as well, and of course, like in order to get into a program, you have to at least know how to do basic programming. And you can actually like look at the website and see exactly what could they kind of like promise their students. And I mean, you might think about it and look at like those numbers and think it might be a scam, especially like such a small amount of time. But I can like personally tell you based off of like my own experience and the experience that I've seen with graduating students is that those numbers are very likely legit, and the people that I worked with, my classmates, they all had like really positive experience and had and benefited them quite a bit. They're like a lot most of my classmates, they're software engineers. I don't having a pretty good jobs. Um, so I mean that's not necessarily to like advertise for Hack Reactor, but at the same time though, like the thing I kind of want to mention about like Hack Reactor though is it's not the traditional track of education. Like, it's not a college degree. It's not even accredited. Like, you don't actually even get anything like once you're outside of the program. But what it does do is it teaches you actual like software engineering skill sets. And this is kind of a topic that I want to discuss, is that it doesn't really matter so much like what kind of like education or background you have. Like, what matters is that you have the skill set. And if you can like demonstrate to employers, or if you're self-employed, if you can demonstrate to uh, customers or clients that you have the skill sets, uh, then like they don't necessarily like care like what your like background is. Like, especially like if you're going to like be creating like a product either like for online or creating a book. Like, it's like they say on the internet, like it doesn't matter if you're a dork on the internet. So like you think like customers, clients, most of them like aren't going to like care so much about like if you have a college degree for you to buy the product. The important thing is it a good product? Is it a good service? And that is like kind of like what um, is the main takeaway. So one interesting thing is the economist Brian Kaplan. I follow him quite a bit, but he talks about like the college education experience, and like this is coming from a guy who has his PhD in economics and pretty much went through the entire schooling process. But I mean, his large theory is that he pretty much attributes a lot of like college education to a lot of signaling. That's not to say that it's all like signaling, but I would say maybe 10% is actual based on increasing like your human capital, increasing your skill set. I mean, in a lot of ways that might seem unreasonable, but there's like a few things that I think are the reason why that's true. And like one of the things is that if you're like a college like professor, like you're obviously like uh really smart person, and like you're also, it's also a good job, like, but you're not really like working kind of like in the industry as well, or like you don't even know like what your students are actually going to work in the real world. And because of that, like after like the students graduate, like they can get a good salary, but they might not get a like really high salary. And I think if they do get it, it's, I think a lot of it too would have to be based on like their own person and what kind of like skills they try to gain outside of the college education system. Because like the thing about like professors though is like they're just human beings. They're just kind of like work a normal like middle class job. It's a high paying salary, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's like a super high paying salary. So if you're like want to like, I don't know, like be in like the top 1%, like you're gonna have to do more than just go like the traditional route of education. That's just not reasonable, and like they're not in the industry themselves. So what they're really teaching you is what they know, and this is what even like Brian Kaplan says as well. So not a lot of the stuff like that you learn in college, like the stuff that like the professors actually teach, what they actually know. will necessarily be applicable to your job as well, especially because there's such a huge like variety of jobs. Like there's just no way like they can even like specify the skill set for a single job. So a lot of the reasons why college education like it still has this kind of like high pay rate or like high payoff is, I mean, there's a few reasons for that. One, like there's still a lot of like regulation that goes on. Like obviously, if you want to be a doctor, you can't just like hustle your way out of that. You actually have to go through the traditional route. Same thing if you want to be a psychologist, optometrist, physical therapist, lawyer, like all those kind of like professional things. And another thing too is that employers, they only have like a few seconds to look at your resume, so they're just like really quickly looking to say if you have a college degree, and that actually signals much more than if you don't have a college degree. But there's also so many other things in your life that you can use to signal your talent, and especially like if you're going into a career where you it's more easy to actually see your skills compared to like other careers, or if there's like a way like you can like demonstrate your portfolio, like I feel like that would be like much like better for like finding jobs than if you like just showed you had a college degree. And I'll give you like an example. Like let's say you want to be a journalist. Like I think if you like created a blog, had a bunch of like followers, and it was an engaging blog, I think any kind of like journal company, and there's like tons out there as well, would be much more interested in hiring you rather than if you just had like no information at all, and all you just had was like a bachelor's degree in English. So I mean that's like kind of like another thing too. Like in the world that we're living, like we're kind of like living in this world where almost anything like you can like think of, like you can create. Especially like if you're going into anything, I'd say like computer-ish related. So like thinking like journalism, blog posting, videos, all those different things. Like there are ways you can actually like demonstrate your skill set without actually having to go through the whole process of having a college education. And that's why like these coding immersion boot camps, like Hack Reactor, were able to do so well, because like in software engineering, it's not necessarily about um, like you like employers can see if you're a good employee, just kind of like based off of your portfolio itself. So like just creating your own website, like showing off like the apps that you created, showing off your like your GitHub portfolio, and during like the interview process itself, like it's usually there's like a technical interview they actually have to pass in order to get this job. So there's a lot of processes that go on though that they don't necessarily have to look at more external like signaling processes to determine whether you'd be a good employee or not. They can look directly at your skill set itself. So this is kind of going a little bit longer. So I don't necessarily want to talk about like Hack Reactor as well. I also kind of like want to give my thoughts on some like other programs that like don't necessarily like promise you success, but they might seem kind of like scammy in nature. And again, this is like my own like personal opinion. I've actually never gone through any of these programs. So one process that I'm thinking about is like Ty Lopez. Um, so like Ty Lopez, like he's a guy known as here in my garage guy. Just got my Lamborghini. And like he also like kind of like advertised like his like program to like financial success. Like I think he has like a bunch of like courses as well that he kind of like teaches on improving your social media. And like I think initially like my thought process is like it does kind of like seem a little bit scammy in nature as well, but a lot of things that he says as well seem to make a lot of sense. And I think if you're like the type of person who like is very conscientious or very high driven, a lot of the stuff that Ty Lopez says will resonate with you as well. And another thing too is that I'm noticing a lot of people that are successful, a lot of people that I see as like highly like financially well off or as well, seem to be followers of Ty Lopez um, a as well. So like my thought is there's got to be maybe something to them. Maybe I'll consider like purchasing his product. I mean, I still feel like I'm well off right now, so I don't really care so much about like trying to improve my financial track. But it is something that maybe I'll be interested as well. The similar product is not knowledge for men. Not that I think it's like Ty Lopez, but it is also a product that like they offer like a life coaching, uh, and they also like want to. It's more geared toward men as well, but they want like men to be the most powerful versions of themselves. And I think if you like want to use their life coaching skills to improve your financial success, uh, I I would highly recommend that. I use that program itself. I'm actually not using it to improve my financial situation, but I am using it to improve myself personally and to become the most powerful version of myself. And I gotta say, like it's been helping like a lot. I mean, obviously, like I'm not there yet. I'm stuttering like a little bit during this video, like maybe not seeming like super powerful, but I'm like in a much better like direction than I was like 3 months ago. Like the idea before of like even like trying to like create a public video would just be like absolutely shocking. And if you look at my earlier video, like I talked about like how like the process of like growth is slow. It's just about kind of like incremental improvements. So like any like whatever like you like want to achieve, like if you want to like improve like your financial like success, like that's gonna be again a slow process as well. Like there's no way you can actually like learn it instantaneously, even through like the hack reactor program. Like that was still 3 months of training, and that was actually, I mean, so that's not instantaneous, and it was also like an intense immersion program as well. So like I was just spending all my time there, just working on programming. I was there from 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock Monday through Saturday, and I would even stay later on most days, and I would study on Sunday as well. And even like after the program. Like I would keep on learning about software engineering, and I would actually say like I was able to find a job as a software engineer a few weeks out of it, but I'd say like I didn't necessarily become like a good software engineer until about a year later, where now I do feel like I could say I'm like a decent programmer. So that's about it for now. Like this has been a very long video. I don't expect a lot of people to reach it towards the end, but I just wanted to thank everyone so much. Like the amount of like support that I've been like getting has been like absolutely amazing. Like I really didn't expect like a lot of people to even like these videos or like comment on these videos, but the fact that like no one has like ever been like really negative, everyone has been really supportive, even though like I know I don't have exactly the best speaking habits. It's just been absolutely amazing. So thank you all and have a good day to everyone. Bye now.